What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, what I personally thought was going to be the most entertaining Chicago Bulls game we could have seen against the Charlotte Hornets, what I thought was going to be so fun, so entertaining, amusing, and satisfying to watch, turned out to probably be, at least in my eyes, one of the more boring games to watch as a Chicago Bulls fan. Now, whether it was boring or not, again, it's completely irrelevant. The Bulls won the game. That is the most relevant part. We will forget about this game in a week's time. Trust me, probably by tomorrow I'm forgetting this game. With that being said, the win and the record does count, and that is where the Bulls can take their positive, and we're going to talk about this game reaction in this video. We'll also talk about why it was a boring game overall. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, their game today, and your player of the game. We did win this game 109-95. I really thought this game was going to be purely about offense from both teams. And I don't know. I personally just felt like there was no offense or defense really of significant factor to kind of mention in this game. I mean, it wasn't like the Bulls got things clicking from the very beginning and everything started to work out. 109 points is a very good return for the Bulls, don't get me wrong. But it obviously is not what we've seen over the past couple of weeks with the Chicago Bulls, where we're dropping 120, 130 points every game. So our offense wasn't as good as previous games. Our defense was better, but at the end of the day, you also got to realize this Charlotte team just did not come out to play today. They just looked completely lost out there. And it goes to show, and we're going to swiftly move into why I thought this game was boring. And that was, obviously, for the Bulls side of things, Nikola Vucevic did not play in this game. And for the Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo Ball didn't play in this game. Now, that to me instantly dragged this game's significance down a peg and dragged the entertainment factor of this game down a peg. I don't know why LaMelo Ball didn't play. It's not my place to say he should have played or he shouldn't play. I don't know if he's injured. He looked fine to me, but I don't personally know, right? He traveled with the team. Vucevic was out with an illness. The Hornets are just a completely different team without LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball makes the Charlotte Hornets who they are. And yes, they're not a great team either way, but at least with LaMelo, you've got a superstar, and I truly mean this, a superstar caliber player there that can at least make this game worth watching and make it entertaining. Without that, Charlotte just... it boggles my mind how bad they were today. Their offense did not click whatsoever. It was a lot of pass to Brandon Miller and hope for the best. It was a lot of let's try and get them in transition. And to be fair, they had a lot of fails in transition just as much as they had success. And they had a couple of good runs in there, but ultimately just not a stable, not a great offensive night for Charlotte. I think their low point was 18 points in the second quarter, and that's when obviously the Bulls carried. And because no LaMelo Ball, they became very stagnant, very inefficient, very poor, and the Bulls didn't really have to play that great to win the game. And then you turn to the Bulls side of things. The Bulls were very well-rounded today, don't get me wrong. There were a lot of players that played a factor in this, and we could go to the stats here. So obviously we got Io, 19 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. LaVine, not a great night for Zach LaVine whatsoever, but still finds his way to 13 points in the game. Jalen Smith coming in at center with 11 points. Kobe White with a magnificent fourth quarter, 18 points. Josh Giddey, Gritty for Giddey, 17 points, 7 rebounds. Wow, I've got all of these stats wrong. 17 points, 7 assists, and 9 rebounds. Very good game for Josh Giddey. He always plays well against the Hornets. That's at least what the stats say. Bazalis had 5 points. He was alright. Lonzo with 10 points. He was alright. Taylor Horton-Tucker in 13 minutes, only 2 points. Not the end of the world. Julian Phillips with 8 points, big factor off the bench, and Adama Sanogo, the fact that he even played to me is a bonus for the Chicago Bulls fans. So it was well-rounded, but it just wasn't entertaining. And that's all I could really put it down to. It was just boring basketball. We shot 51 threes in this game, and we weren't that efficient from the three-point line. So maybe that's why I feel this way. I felt like there was a lot of missed opportunities in other areas of the game. Maybe it was the mid-range. Maybe it was driving to the rim. I understand they have a Mark Williams who's a good rim protector and could get a couple of, blocks in there, and that's all fine and good, but we just stayed at that 3-point line all game. And I just don't like that. Maybe it's me. Maybe I am an old head. Maybe I'm starting to become a veteran, you know. I'm becoming an old head a little bit. Maybe I'm just washed in that way. I just missed old school basketball. I miss when there was a strategy and there was a game plan. I miss, I guess, being so dynamic offensively where, yeah, the 3-point shot is there and it's always going to be there and it's great to have it, but I miss mid-ranges, man. I miss mid-ranges so much. I miss, I guess, pick-and-rolls and layups. I miss the IQ of the game. It just feels very similar. And I guess that's just how I feel with this Bulls game compared to every other Bulls game. Yes, it's always fun to watch, and when shots fall in, it's mesmerizing in many ways how good a team can be in this modern NBA. We're up there as one of the best offensive teams. But today's game made me miss old school basketball. It made me miss watching guys like Rajon Rondo just break a team apart with his playmaking. It made me miss, you know, even a guy like Ricky Rubio. I was always a fan of Ricky Rubio. It made me miss a guy like him just facilitating left, right, and center and just getting people in their sets and having that type of way with them. I know we had that with Josh Giddey today, but I don't know. When I see 51 threes, it just... It's not where I want the game to go, but I guess that is where it's heading at the end of the day. It is what it is. That's just me. I'm sure a couple of guys may feel this same way. Other guys, maybe if you're a little bit younger, you're looking at this and thinking this is the best thing of all time. They're just shooting threes and they're so talented because they're making threes. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is the Bulls should have done a little bit more offensively in other areas except the 3-point line. They did too much from 3 and not enough everywhere else. If we shoot 51 threes against any other team with that efficiency that we shot it from, we would probably lose the game. So efficiency-wise, we need to be better. It's just one game. I felt like we didn't have to try. We kind of won this easily. We shall move on. My player of the game, I know Kobe White had a great fourth quarter. I know Ayo was pretty solid all game, but the thing about Ayo is he only had 1 assist, and he was really good scoring-wise, really good defensively, though. I think for me, the easy choice and the right choice is Josh Giddey. 17 points and 7 assists with 9 rebounds, almost a triple-double. He plays phenomenal against the Hornets. The Hornets don't play defense, and they definitely don't know how to strategize against a guy like Josh Giddey compared to other teams, so that allows Josh Giddey to just be absolutely lethal. He's made his threes today. Dynamic weapon offensively. Can't complain. Yeah, bit of a rant. I actually watched this game from start to finish, so that's the first time in a while. It's pretty impressive if I do say so myself. Something I will give credit to the Bulls. In certain areas of the game, I thought we really tried very hard on the offensive rebounding side of things. Guys like Jalen Smith, guys like Taylor Horton-Tucker, Adama Sanogo had a couple. There were a lot of guys putting a lot of effort in on the glass. There was a play where Taylor Horton-Tucker was pressuring the Charlotte Hornets player. He ends up getting a rebound because the Charlotte Hornets player couldn't grab it, and he gets a nice easy layup. Again, you gotta love those type of plays. It shows the work ethic is there in this game. They looked like they were really energized, at least, because they had a couple of days off. We'll see what happens in the next one. Hopefully we can see some improved offense. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.